Good morning, this is Ann from Duct Tape and Denim, and I am pre-recording my thrift haul for this week because this week has been kind of backwards and I had to thrift earlier than usual, and I have all my stuff that I picked yesterday out on the table, but I have to clean this table off because this is where Elizabeth sews and she's been making my shirts back here, so today's her day off. So I'm going to do this today and get it all cleaned up for her. That's the first reason. Second reason is April is next week, and the first Wednesday of each month is our new vintage drop. So I'm trying to get as much of this stuff listed online as I can. All the stuff that's going to be listed online anyway. I found some unique stuff. I was looking for furniture. Didn't find any furniture. So I found a globe that has been decoupaged. I thought that was pretty cool. It was $4. That's probably gonna go in the booth. Just one linen. This is pretty cool. This doesn't look like, yeah, it was never used because it's still got the label on it. Uh-oh. What does it say? Freedom Trail, Boston, Massachusetts. So it has lots of cool, like colonial images on there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but it was $2. So even if I just put it in the booth, that's going to be something. So let me go ahead and do the kind of odd things first. And sometimes y'all are going to say, why did you buy that? I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I have never seen a whole set at the thrift store, and they all work. I'm kind of tempted to keep these just because I've always loved stamping stuff. We don't even have that many printed pieces anymore, but so I'm not sure if that's going to go on eBay or in the booth or on my website. This is another cool thing I've never seen before. Roll off indoor golf. It's kind of like, I used to have a game app on my phone that you could play golf. It's similar to that. It has a scorecard in there and you roll the dice to get your score. So you don't actually hit anything. So if it's rainy and you can't play golf, this is something you can do inside. I mainly just love the graphics on the box. And it was $3.50. So again, I might sell it. I might keep it and play with the kids. I don't know. Now, let me see. These were kind of just one-offs. Coffee cups, single coffee cups. I don't do those a whole lot because I don't know. I mean, there are some single coffee cups that are valuable. I haven't really studied them that much, but this is a Disney, and it was in good shape, and I like the graphics. Anytime I found brown drip, I grab it, especially when it's 25 cents. So, got those two things. Lots of clear glass, lots of colored glass, and some brass. So, but first let me show you the single silver piece. This is gonna probably go into the sale next week. It was $3. And I don't think I'm gonna polish it. I don't usually. Leave me a comment and let me know if you prefer polished or if you prefer unpolished. I usually don't polish it before I sell it, so that way the buyer can decide. I found two of these huge, I call them gaudy in the thrifting video, gaudy wall sconces from like 1960s and 70s. These are home interior, even still have the tag on them. Does it have a date? Oh, it's in Roman numerals. Let's see. 72. Sirocco, made in the USA, copyright 1972. So I was right on with those dates. I'm seeing a lot of this come back, so I'm going to put those in the booth because I don't want to ship those. And they're plastic, even though they look brass. This actually is brass, and it is super, super dirty. Again, y'all let me know, when you buy brass, do you want it polished or do you want it with lots of patina on it? This one was $4.79. And it's got lots of dust on it too. Then I found these two little cute shoe or boat, probably made in India. Yeah, that one says India on the bottom. $3 and $4. I think they're for incense sticks. That one definitely has a little indentation there. And then this was the first thing I found yesterday. Paperweights. They're like a combination of cast iron with brass grapes on there. I'm not a huge fan of grapes. And that pair will probably go in the booth because it's super heavy. I don't know what it would cost to ship. All right. Colored glass is next. Isn't that pretty? No markings on that. So leave me a comment if you know who made this. It was $6.49, but I thought that was worth it. Then I have two amber glasses, like iced tea glasses. They have the cursive L on the bottom, so they're Libby. Probably also from the 70s. And then two avocado green glasses. No chips on all of these. I always pay really close attention to chips, and a lot of times I'll pick them up and I'll just touch them. I won't even look, because just looking, I'll sometimes miss little chips, but I'll just run my fingers all over them. No chips on those. Okay, on to clear glass. I know I'm supposed to be staying away from it, but when you find this, you got to get it, right? This says Pier 1 on the bottom, so it's not old, but it's really cool. Then I found another decanter. This one I believe is older. It has a little staining, a little cloudiness in there, so I'm hoping that I can get some of that out. And they both had stoppers, so that was another reason I got that. So I haven't seen one of these in a long time, but if I find it with the lid, you know I'm gonna get it. And I think it was $4. This brings back a lot of memories because my grandmother had these. She used them like Tupperware. She would put the leftovers in them, put them in the fridge. And then I found four, oh man, I forgot the name of these. I looked them up. I'll drop it in on the screen somewhere here. I found four of these, and they were in a store with no prices on them, so they were 99 cents a piece. These I found, pretty sure I found these at Goodwill. No price, so they were 99 cents a piece, and I found three of them. I love the cube pattern, and if they don't sell, these are great for candles. And I still have a bunch of wax down in the kitchen that I think I'm going to do that with the kids while they're here, while I have them some for the summer. This was a single that I found. It was $1, but I really like the pattern, and I thought that that would make a really pretty candle because when the light shines through all those little facets, it's really, really pretty. Let's count this as clear glass. I don't know, coasters or little stands, little display stands. It was marked $1 and they were taped together, and then the lady gave it to me for 50 cents. So they were $1 a piece. I love the pattern. It's like embossed into the glass. Here's just a tray. Now, this is probably the one thing on here that I should not have bought, but I was just needing a tray this size to put other things on. So this is the one thing I'm doubting, but I got it anyway. So that was what, $3.95, $3.29. All right, that's all the clear glass. Now, another odd thing that I found. This was at Salvation Army. Oh, it does have a tag on it. And it had stuff in it, and it was all taped up, so I couldn't see all what was in there. But I loved just the pot by itself. I would have bought the pot. I think everything together was $5.99. The price tag was on the tape, so it's been taken away. But let me show you what was inside. And there's one thing, I have no idea what it is. So, apple, salt, and pepper shakers. Aren't those cool? They have a little tiny T and a K on the bottom. I'm not sure what that means, so let me know if you know. Pineapple. Did anybody else ever watch Psych? And you know, in every episode they had a pineapple hidden somewhere, and it was like as you're watching the show, you're trying to find the pineapple, and we would always, whenever you saw a pineapple, would yell, "Pineapple!" And then for a while, I had a plastic pineapple, and we would hide it in the house, different places. And if you found it, you would go hide it somewhere else. There's the label on that. So that's vintage. Then we have these two little made in Japan lusterware salt and peppers. Japan on the bottom. Here is the thing that I don't know what it is. It looks like Pluto. I keep saying Goofy, but it's not Goofy, right? It's Pluto. But I can't figure out how did it sit, because the lid is on the bottom and it's round, so it can't sit. Y'all please tell me if you know, what did that come from? Was it a set? Was it a perfume bottle? It doesn't really smell like perfume. So I think that's it. This is the main thing that I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned, but confused about maybe. So let me know if you know what this is, or if you have any suggestions about anything else, about what they are, and if you would like to join me in the vintage drop and denim shop.com. And there'll be a little label up at the top that says something about vintage, and you click on that, it'll take you straight to the vintage stuff that will show up on Wednesday, April the 2nd. The first Wednesday of every month, new stuff is going to show up. New vintage stuff. So you can also join my email if you want. That's ducttapeanddenim.com/email. And you can sign up to get the email that will remind you on the first Wednesday of every month. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, and sharing on all of our videos, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.